Hello everyone, how are you doing? First of all, sorry for no webcam. I'm kinda lazy to set it up, and I think it kinda sets the mood for this video because it's gonna be really heavy, I guess. But rest assured I'll still be the same Tume as I've always been. Well, I never really had a personality to begin with because I'm a Finn and I'm really flat and boring, but I'll still, for the most part, be the same as I've always been. And it's not like a case of me transitioning from male to female. No, definitely not. This is not that kind of transformation, but lately, both unintentionally and unfortunately, I've pissed a lot of people off. Not in my streams, not my close friends, except maybe for one, but we've kinda, discussed that and it's all good. But just in general, I just keep screwing up. I keep making comments that people don't really like, because I do take these things quite seriously. I care about the way that I am seen and what people think about me. But yeah, I've pretty much now undergone a small personality change where I'm really thinking twice before I say anything, because it could be taken the wrong way, unintentionally saying something wrong when I really didn't mean it, because it's happened so often. So it's kind of like self-defense mechanism, for example, a case where if you've been really fond of someone in the past, but then suddenly you parted ways and you haven't been the same ever since because you're afraid of losing the comfort, so you just distance yourself in order to never be hurt again. I know it sounds really cynical and silly, but it's kind of the same thing here. I'm really reserved now and cautious, just to ensure that I hopefully don't hurt anyone ever again, because I feel like utter shit right now, basically. Haven't felt like this in a long time, and I've never made a video quite like this one before, aside from some small rantings, but people do it all the time. But this time it's a lot more serious and heavy, and I'm not being over dramatic or anything, because I do think that things are gonna change from here on. I will still do streams as usual, but of course lately I haven't done many streams. But that was before this whole thing, started eating away at me. But either way, not only because of that, but also because of the fact that, I just don't know what to stream. I have very few ideas, and even if I do, sometimes I'm not in the mood for it, because it's really hard for me to just pick up a game and play. Because I need to, I don't know, be sure that I will enjoy the game for at least 2 hours, and not do a really short stream before I say, okay, I'm bored, see you guys next time. Because it's really hard to stay invested in a game for a stream, and the only way to do that really in the past has been to do speedruns or some kind of gameplays, playthroughs. But I don't really do much of that anymore, both of those. I did just grind mission percent, and I actually got really close to getting a really good PB, which also simultaneously would have been a world record, but that's because the current time isn't really optimized. But I'm gonna put that on hold for now, because I did grind it quite a few streams, and I had enough. It's a long run as well, but maybe I'll pick up a game with a shorter speedrun now. But either way, I'm still struggling to decide what to stream, and might not always be in the mood for it. And that's kind of me. It's always been so that I don't usually play games casually, off stream. I always tend to stream whatever I play, except it's GTA 5, where I work on tracks or just grind money, and those would be boring to watch. But 90% of the time I stream what I play, so you know what that means. Because I don't stream as much anymore, that also means that I don't play as much anymore. I do fire up GT7 every now and then to do the lap time challenges, maybe just, go for a little ride every now and then. gotta make use of that wheel after all. That's what it's there for, to be used. But well, we're straying a little bit off topic here, but yeah. Basically, there's been many different incidents lately that have made me progressively feel more and more upset. And it's always good to, like, I don't know, understand yourself, and I completely do now. I've always been awkward in social situations, but now it's gone to the extreme where I really have to shut up. Like, some things are better left unsaid. You know, when I was young, when I was still a teen, I was actually really antisocial and only spoke when I had to, but that's kind of changed the other way around. As I grew up, I started talking more as I got more confident and kind of pinging out of my shell, but it almost feels like I'm back in my teenage days right now. Like, that's how I feel. And back in the day, I was also really depressed. And back in 2014, of course, that major depression hit me, and I've been recovering ever since. And I basically got better a few years ago when I started studying again. And of course, recently, as some of you know, I graduated as a welder. I still haven't started working, but I will do so, you know, getting to it slowly with aid and support, because I don't have the power to work 5 days a week. And the reason I wanted to bring that up is because, yeah, just so you guys know, I'm still not working for a living, and because of this current situation where I just have really low self-esteem and really feel like I need to be more mindful of what I say, this might hurt me going forward in the work life. I mean, right now it's a waiting period where I'm just waiting for a reply from one of the firms to get me in for internship, but now I'm really not sure if I should even start, because not only is my energy levels low, but to go with this decreased mental health, it might actually be a bad idea to even go working. And part of this issue is I don't have a lot of close friends. In fact, I do not have anyone close in real life. I do have the group that I go play badminton with, but that's about it. And then my childhood friends live away from me, so we don't really see each other, and I don't even message them. I don't feel the need to. And that's part of me being really antisocial, because texting and stuff is just so dull. If I want to see if I want to communicate with my in real life friends, the childhood friends, I might as well rather see them in person, because that's more human anyway. And I also don't communicate a lot with my family, mainly just my mother, but apart from anyone else, I'm like totally shut out. It's always been that way. But the reason I'm bringing all of this up is, of course, to give you guys an idea on what kind of a person Tume is. Very boring, very antisocial, and now very paranoid. Like, I don't want to hurt anyone ever again, because not only is it hurting them, but it's hurting me, because it drains me. It makes me feel like I'm not okay. No. Let me just cut myself right there. I don't want to say it out loud, but yeah, sometimes just wonder, what am I here for? What is my purpose in life? If I can put it in a much more like subtle and, I don't know, better way than saying, you can imagine what I was about to say. But yeah, that's my situation right now, and I'm hanging in there. I'm not having any suicidal thoughts, but I feel depressed. I genuinely do. It was a miracle that I, got through school in the first place, the welding studies, because I didn't have friends there either, and my spare time, after the end of each school day and weekends, well, it's the same usual, just playing games and being by myself, so it's incredible about having even a few friends in real life that you can frequently see and that you're comfortable with, because, even if I have people around me, they're nothing like me, so it's really hard to bond, because I really do require someone who's, well, not an exact carbon copy of me, of course, a clone, but has to be really similar to me. Otherwise I won't likely get along or, feel comfortable, or in other words, like, get anything out of the bonding. It won't do anything for me, so yeah. I'm struggling to add anything here. I think everything's pretty much being said and done. So again, I will stream occasionally, but not just because of this situation that I will be doing more rarer streams, but also because I'm running out of ideas and generally haven't been gaming as much as I used to. I'm just burned out. Every day I struggle to decide what to do. I always ask the question every day and constantly. So even time spending is an issue right now. However, I did finally install Windows 10. Might as well throw that in there. All this time I've been, crawling along with Windows 7, but I finally had to install Windows 10. Had to do a bit of cleaning. I didn't do a fresh install because the USB stick that I have is currently full, otherwise I would have put the installer there and do a clean install, wipe the disk. But either way, I was gifted Grid 2019 a while ago, and obviously I wouldn't have been able to play it on Windows 7. Now that I have Windows 10, I can finally play Grid 2019, but we'll see when I feel like playing that, because again, even though I now have the possibility, I don't really feel like it, because for me Grid 2019 is like a casual game. It shouldn't be like a hard difficulty for me, being a seasoned sim racer, but I'll definitely check it out, considering I have it and I got it for free, so might as well, because if I bought it I would have played it as soon as possible. Anywho, ending statement, I guess, just, take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. Yeah, don't know what else to say. We can continue the discussion in the comments, but just, you as well, not just me. Be mindful of what you say. Don't go too personal or over dramatic. It's not like I'm fatally ill or anything. It's just that I'm a little down. It's like a depression phase again, all over again. Not as bad as it used to, but that's just what it is. I thought you guys deserve to know. We have to talk about these things, otherwise it's definitely not gonna get better. But yeah, see you guys. Oh, and I forgot one thing. I might as well throw it in there because I'm pretty much like opening my heart here. This is a thing that I've only told Joseph so far. I've actually been using Tinder for a while. I even paid for it at one point just to see if it makes a difference, but it kinda didn't. Don't worry, I'm not using my money on that anymore. I'm not that desperate. But I just checked it out. But anyway, I actually had a match, and I felt like we were getting along just fine, but then she ended up unmatching, so that's another burden on my shoulders. Like, I felt like I finally had someone other than a male to talk to, but now that's gone as well, so gosh, everything's going so well. But that's life, I guess. Just gotta move forward and hope for the best.